How to create easy to use website that converts. If this is the first time we are meeting, hello. My name is Iene. I started my career as a graphic designer in a marketing company for 10 plus years. My work brought me so much satisfaction. I love pretty design. I love making things work, but the joy was missing. When I became a mom, I knew that something had to change. In 2017, after the birth of my third son, flexibility and freedom inspires me to start a web design and marketing company to help small businesses to create and a web website that converts. How do you benefit from my years of experience? When I'm working on a website, I look beyond the visuals and design. My aim is to create an wow experience that you can use right into the future and grow your business. And through a masterclass like this, you are going to learn some of these experiences from me. So in this masterclass, you are going to learn what are easy to use websites that converts, why are easy to use website important, how can you create an easy to use website and still get conversion from it? So this is your masterclass. I want you to relax, get your favorite drink ready, get your notepad ready, and let us dive in. How to create an easy to use website that converts. Without easy to use website, your website visitors cannot figure out where the email sign-up page is, product page, service page, contact information, pricing for your products or services, and where the blog is on your website. So if your website is not easy to use and your website visitor cannot easily find what they're looking for, they're going to leave. And that's the last thing you want them to do. And you know what? We are not running short of website. There's so many websites already existing on the internet. So if you own a website or you're looking for a new website, you want to think about how to make your website easy to use and to get conversion from your website. And through a masterclass like this, you're going to learn those tips. But what are easy to use website that converts? So an easy to use website, we are referring to that you can find what you are looking for within 3 clicks. And such websites are clear for what they stand for, they are structured, they are client focused, and have good navigation to help their website visitors find what they are looking for instantly. But why are easy to use websites so important? In a perfect world, you would expect a website visitor to pass through the home page to other pages and follow that sequence in and out of your website. But you know what? We are not living in that world, okay? So in the real cases, most time, website visitors do not pass through the home page, okay? They could discover your website through other pages of your website and in different form of shape, okay? So when they come to the website, they are coming in from different angles, and you know their click pattern, they click all over the place. So their click pattern are all over the place. So you want to keep users' behavior in mind when you are creating your easy to use website. You want those coming to your website to click those links. So you have to inspire curiosity and wow them with good designs and show them your offers. That's why easy to use website is so important. But how can you create an easy to use website? We are going to do that in 3 steps, okay? We are going to, first step number 1 is user experience. What does that mean? What made up user's experience? How can you know what is good user's experience? I will share all that with you. Step 2, we are going to talk about business priority on your website. And step 3, we are going to talk about visitors' behavior. And I'm going to share with you what things you could do to get to know your website visitor a little bit more and build that relationship that converts. How to create An easy-to-use website that converts, step one, is website users experience. It's a priority. So you keep that number one. What is website users experience? How does that look like? So website users experience is the way the website visitor perceived how your website usability and design feel like. So it's the first impression we're talking here. Your website is meant to create good users impression, and everyone that visits your website needs to experience it. So website visitor is going to experience good users experience in a different ways and in different forms, and it is up to you on the website to know what does that impression look like and how can you create that good experience that build connection and help them to click that button. So website users experience have many components. There are many things that made up that great experience on a website. I thought I should give you a bit of checklist here, okay? So if you're writing notes, this is a good thing to write down. Website users experience include everything that make up a website, and that is fonts, colors, images, headlines, call to actions, website copy, contact information, page loading time, and the overall designs and layout. So all these things come together to create that user's experience. So when someone is using the website, he may not really know that this is the ingredient that they use in cooking the website, so to speak, so that that experience happen. But for you, I want you to know it. And that's why I create a bit of checklist here for you. So you're writing notes that are on your list. So now that we got this checklist, a kind of what makes good users experience on a website, how does all these things that you're seeing on the screen here come together to create that experience? What we use to link them up is called website navigation. So it's actually website navigation that creates that better user's experience. So website navigation makes everything to work together for your good. It's great that slick flow of a website where website visitors find what they're looking for within 3 clicks. That's the goal, okay? So if your website visitor cannot find your sign-up form, it doesn't matter how pretty your website looks. It doesn't matter how much you spend in creating that website, they will leave. They're going to click the back button and they're going to leave your website. We don't want that to happen. So website navigation allowed website visitors to flow from one page to another, clicking the button, enjoying using the website without feeling frustrated. When you do a good job with your website navigation, your website visitors enjoy using your website. They leave your website with the intention to return, even to buy something or to sign up to your email list. And that's the conversion we're talking about. Good navigation, great that impression. Now, there are different types of website navigation. And since we're talking about easy to use website that converts, I thought I should give you some of those website navigation that are essential to know and also helps you to have a kind of a checklist of what you need from what you don't need. You don't necessarily need to use all the option of website navigation that exists. You are going to choose what's going to work with your target audience and what is going to drive your results. But these are essential or a familiar standard website navigation that some of you will see around on the online space, okay? The first one is header menu bar. I would explain what that means and how it looks like. Sidebar is also a website navigation if used correctly. Website footer is also a website navigation. Hamburger menu is there. I would explain what that means. Internal links and external links. So these are types of website navigation. It's completely up to you how you want your website to look, how many navigation you want it to have. But because of what we are learning here is to use website that converts, these are some of the navigation you may come across on a website. Now, website headers bar navigation. This usually appear on the top header of most websites. So your website visitors notice this as part of the first impression. Before they even click anything, this top header navigation allow the website visitors to know what your website offer and what is it all about. Okay? You want to make this navigation to stand out. It's part of the first impression. It counts. So that the website visitor can see clearly what your website is there for and know how to move in and out of the pages. Website sidebar navigation. Some websites that use it either position them in the right, in the left, or both sides of the pages. Completely up to the website owner, up to you to choose if sidebar will be necessary on your website or not, where to place it, but it is a navigation when you use it in the right way to help you get leads. Now, website footer navigation. This is the most overlooked website navigation, okay? Many websites do not have website footer. And website footer usually locate at the bottom of web pages. So if you go to a website, at the bottom of it, you see the website footer, usually the last thing at the bottom of each pages. Why do they exist? Why should you have them? What are they for? They are valuable features of easy to use website. Why? Because it's contained important links. Those links help people to know the main pay website pages, and it also serves as a shortcut to other pages that exist on your website that is not linked up to the menu. Okay, so when you have website footer, you simply make the moving in and out of the website a bit easier. You can sum up a website if you say the footer. Okay, good. Let's gladly know how many pages does this website have. You can have a rough idea about it. You can even know what the website does and what it's going to give you by just looking at the. So it's also an important features. You don't want to miss that. And this to share something here with you. Users experience when people move in and out of website, they go to the top, the middle, and the bottom. So wherever they stop, you want to catch their attention. And website footer is one thing that could help you help others or website visitors understand your website a little bit more. Hamburger menu navigation, what's that? That is menu navigation that allows the menu to expand when someone click on it. Okay, you may see this when you're using mobile phone to browse a website. But even though you haven't noticed it, that's not a problem. I'm going to explain what it means here. So it's usually a navigation that works best for mobile version of your website. And since most website visitors uses mobile phones to check out website, it's important you think about how can you use this to help those using phone to check your website to get the best out of your website. So if you want your website to look good, mobile devices, you may need the hamburger menu to be optimized so that your website show up nicely. Website navigation that you should know about is called internal links. So what are these? These are links within your website that allow visitors to move from one page to another within the website. And these internal links are those links that is not part of the main navigation. Okay, so there's a strategy around where would internal links be linked to on the website, but they exist and they are so useful. But how do you identify an internal link? You will notice that when you go to a website, when you take the cursor or the mouse or your finger, if you're using touchscreen devices, to hook over a text, you see sometimes the color change or the shape change. And when you click on it, it takes you to a different page within the same website. Now you got it. Those texts are hyperlinks. They're so good for making people move in and out of the same website, create better users experience, increase the clicks, and it's good for search engine optimization. Google loves internal links, so should you. External links navigation, what's that? These are links outside your website. And when you click on it, It takes website visitors from your website to other places that you hang around and where they can see you online. Good example of external links are social media channels when they are connected to your website, which I highly recommend. Whenever website visitors click on them, they could see other places where they could find you and your services outside the website. Google love this. External links are very juicy for PR and also good for search engine optimization. Website navigation best practices. I know by now you're taking notes, okay? I know you had learning a lot of information, but how to get easy to use website that still converts. And I thought I should give you a bit of housekeeping rules, okay? This is something that is best practices. So whether you're having loads of navigation or you're having less of navigation, you need to keep these 5 essential best practices in mind when you're creating website navigation. Number 1 is make hypertext obvious, okay? 2, simplify website navigation bars. Whatever the website navigation bars you want to use or choose to use, keep it simple. Simplicity win each time. It's good experience for your website visitors and it leads to conversion. Keep your sidebar separate. I'm going to explain more on that as we move on. Okay. Keep website navigation in the standard place. I will give context to that as well. Make website navigation recognizable. What does that mean? So I'm going to explain all that. So take notice of these 5 best website navigation practices that kind of a checklist for you when you're creating a website. You want to make sure that these things are in the right place and they're looking good and they are helping others recognize what the navigation is and what it stands for. So make your website hypertext obvious. What does that mean? Creativity is good, but don't let design to get in the way of usability, okay? If website visitors can tell an hypertext from the body text, you have a navigation problem. And the easiest way for the website visitors is to click the back button. You don't want that to happen. Make your hypertext so obvious so that it looks different from every other element on the page. Not only when visitors hop over it by just looking at your page, they should be able to tell that text is an hyperlink, it's a clickable link, text is going to take them somewhere. But how do you do this? Use your website color guide to help you differentiate what colors goes where and when. Use your formatting features you have on the website, bold, italics, underlines, all those nice formatting features. Know how to use them. Keep them consistent in all the pages of the website. Make your hypertext stand out because you want people to click on it, because you want that free movement within your website. Simplified website navigation bars. What does that mean? Many websites have too many or few links in the headers bars. It's up to you how many links you want to have in the top headers bars of the website. But the most important thing is that keep it simple. Okay. If you want your website visitor to sign up for your newsletter, let them know. But also know that website visitors do have a choice. So when they come into the website, you may want them to go this direction. They may choose to go the other direction. So think about them as well. They may choose to learn a different thing on your website, but use your website navigation as a guide that lead them through wherever they're going through in the website and still lead them to the result that you want them to get from your website. For example, if you own a website already, I want you to check your website and see if the main headers menu look cluttered. If it doesn't look cluttered, or if it does look cluttered, when you take notice of it, if it looks cluttered, what you simply need to do is to rearrange how things appear on the top headers of the website. You could do that by giving your headers into 2 categories. Category 1 is the main headers, which shows people exactly where they should go. And then you could create a sub-menu where you grouped the links under, which keep things a bit nice and tidy, so that when they click on the main headers, it could show them what other things is available under that group. Okay, so think about what you want your website visitors to do, and also think about what they might want to do. So that gives you an idea on how to place your navigation. Now, keep your website sidebar navigation separate. So what does that mean? Is that if you choose to use sidebar on your website, it's optional. If you want to use it, it's good. If you use it well, you have a strategy around it, has a conversion process around it, not just an additional feature on the website, but something that is useful to your target audience and also useful to your business. So how can you keep this separate? How can you use things to make it stand out? One thing is identify what is your web page main elements, keep it separate. Use things like color, font, space, size, to make things stand out, and make your sidebar to be different from every other element that is on your website. That is when it will be noticeable. That is when it will add value to what you are trying to achieve with your website. Another thing you want to consider is to keep your website navigation in the standard place. Pretty designs are great. Creativity are juicy, but not at the expense of users' experience, not at the expense of your conversion. Place website navigation in the right place. The right place is where website visitors expect it to be. So don't make them think and don't make them start searching for where things are. Make things obvious. Things like headers of a website, footers of a website, sidebar, navigation, all have a standard place on the website. Keep them where website visitors can see and keep them where they could be used as well. If you choose to use multimedia, make it obvious and make it clickable. So what are multimedia? Those are things like animation, videos, audio tape, and some heavy graphics on your website. They need to be on your website if they have a purpose, if they have a job to do. Beautiful thing is make them clickable, because people will be more attracted to those medias because they are good for the eye if you do it well. But you need to make sure that it helps you convert. And that's one way to do that is to make them a clickable links. Make your website navigation recognizable, okay? Most website uses the word about for about page, service for services page, contact for their contact page. Why do they do that? Because those words are recognizable and they do what it says. So website navigation is a place to create an impression. It's not a place to go wild with creativity tricks, but use good designs, use text that is well formatted to make your website navigation stand out. The simple and clear and unique the design and the text are, the more recognizable the website navigation will be. Remember, website navigation is that little knots that tie in every bit and pieces of your website things so that it's easy to use and still convert. So that's the point we want you to get from that area. So how do you grade this website? You grade website navigation, you get all these juicy things together. How do you link them up with your business priorities? So this takes us to the second part or step 2 in the process of creating an easy to use website. Business priority. Okay, if you're in the business, you want to grow your business, you want to scale your business, whatever that goals look like for you, you want to know that your website needs to help you do this, even though it's still simple to use. So business priority on a website, growth is important. So you want to identify what is going to be business growth through your website. Is it going to be to increase the number of people that sign up to your email list, or is it going to be more people that follow your social media, or more people that book discovery call with you, more people that buy your product or services, more people that do what? Establish your business growth as a priority on your website. Those two things will come together to create website experience. What I have observed on websites is that people spend more time creating the impression, the prettiness, the beauty of the website, and miss out on the business growth side. But what we are saying here is create a balance. So you're learning how to create easy to use website that converts. That means the website needs to look good. and you need to connect all that good things with business objective. Okay, so create a balance between pages that might interest your website visitors and link it up so that your website visitors go through your conversion funnel. How do you do this? How do you grade the right business priority on your website? You need three things. You need to have website conversion funnel. Your website needs to look responsive on mobile devices, and you need the right call to action button. Those are the three things you need. What does each of them mean? Website conversion funnels is to help those coming to your website to become your paying clients. So they need to pass through some stages of getting to know you, like you, trust you, and then buy from you. And you want to use your website as a tool that you funnel this traffic from coming into your website to most important pages for conversion and sell. So if you have 10 pages website, you want to identify out of this 10 pages website, or if you are planning for 10 pages website, you want to identify which of these pages are going to be the conversion pages. Even though you are going for a 5 pages website or 1 page website, whatever the number of pages you're looking for your website, I want you to identify which of the pages is going to be the conversion pages. When you identify that, I want you to keep users' experience in mind. Mix these two things up: good users' experience, the right conversion funnel on the page that you identify as important page of your website, and that lead nicely to the sale. Website visitors, leads, and then you need to have a process where people come into your website and become leads, how you warm them up to become your paying clients. If you don't have clients at all, you don't have an audience at all, you could have a simple process where people download the free tips from whatever niche you are, whatever product you sell or services, and then find a way to nurture that, okay? And then sell them something, show them, give them opportunity to buy from you. Mobile responsiveness is so important when you want to prioritize your business, okay? When you want your business to grow or to scale, you cannot ignore mobile responsiveness of a website. What does that mean? If your website navigation does not render things properly on mobile phone, you have a problem. Okay? You have a navigation problem. And that will make a lot of people to click back. Why do we say that? According to Think with Google, statistics shows that. I put the link here for you because I want you to also see what Google have to say about mobile devices. So over 50% of website visitors come from mobile devices, and that is a huge number when you're thinking about growing your business. If you don't want to grow your business, it's okay to ignore this percentage of numbers and just get a website that works okay on laptop and desktop. And if you're in the business to grow, many people are using phone to check their website and check out your website. So you need to make things look good on those devices. You know, the good news, there are so many responsive website themes and page builders that make this responsiveness thing much more easier compared to years ago. Okay. So it is more easier now to get a mobile responsive website than it was 10 years ago. But how do you get your website mobile responsiveness right? There are a bit of housekeeping rules here, and that is always check the features of the themes and page builder you want to buy or you want to use on your website. So make sure that it's going to render your website in a way that look good on mobile phone. So the optimization of the mobile aspect of your website is going to look good. Check that out first before you buy. Another thing to consider is to make sure that the links is going to show up properly as well when you are in the process of optimizing your website for mobile devices. Make those links to be the moderate size, big enough for human finger to tap easily, and not too tiny and not too big that it becomes so overwhelming all over the screen. And also bear in mind that people coming to your website is going to be from different backgrounds, so diversity is important. So some people have a bit bigger thumbs than others, and others have little thumbs as well. So creating a balance will help you to know the right size of the links to have on your mobile device, what should be the text size, what should be the image size, what should be the button size. All that factors need to be considered when you are creating a mobile responsive website. Reserve the button for call to action. 10 years ago, or more than that ago, most website uses button for the headers navigation. Today, though, all that visual noise feels clunky and it does not allow you to prioritize or hide a particular specific links in the navigation, in the headers navigation. So keep those buttons for call to action, okay? Instead of clocking them in the headers navigation, keep them for call to actions. Your website call to actions might be to ask your visitors to sign up for an email list or watch a product demo or schedule a call just for you to get to know your website visitor a little bit more. It's completely up to you what you choose to be your call to action button on your website. The most important is make it obvious, make it stand out. We are now on the third step in the process of creating easy to use website and still get conversion. The third step is website visitors behaviors. What's that? How does that feel like? How could you know it? How do you use this information to help you create a website that is easy to use and still convert? Let me show you. So website visitors behavior has to do with understanding how each page of your website perform. Here's the thing. Those pages on your website that you would have on your website or you are having on your website are not just a metric or number. They need to count. They need to do the work. So for you to be able to know how each pages of your website is performing, you need to know how to monitor the performance. You need to know how to check the performance of your website and also how to monitor it. And you need to also know areas that need improving. There's nothing scary. There's nothing like making you feel a bit, no. You want to understand how people use your website so as to give them better users experience. So you can move your website from any of this angle, whether it's poor, average, good, to excellent. That optimal use of your website is all we're about. There are many tools to help you achieve this, okay? There are so many tools that could help you achieve understanding how visitors navigate through your website. But there's the thing, the best website navigation is not a substitute for actionable data. Data is so important to your website. You need to understand how visitors come in, how they go out, what did they click, and what did they do. It helps you understand a little bit more and create the right content for them. The target audience are different, so different age group, different location, different interests. So when you know your target audience, you create the right navigation in place. You want to put also actionable data that helps you understand their users' behavior. How did they behave when they were on your website? So important. There are many tools out there that gives you this insight into users' behavior on your website. Some tools are paid, some tools are free, but Google Analytics gives you a lot of useful data about your website visitors. It gives you insight into what page did they visit, what page did they drop off, where did they come from? Did they come from social media? Did they come from search engine? They give you so many useful data that you can use to improve your website. For example, the website visitors behavior report can tell you how many people click a particular page on your website. Where did they drop off? You may even discover that nobody clicks on the links in your headers navigation. For example, you will be able to use that information to improve that specific area of your website. Through this website visitors behavior report you get from Google Analytics, you could also see that more people may be using your about page more, so you could see how to optimize that page for more conversion. You may see that more people are interested in reading about you in the blog site or browsing your services page. You will be able to use that information to see how to optimize that page more so that it funnel the traffic to the conversion. So getting to know how visitors are navigating your website helps you improve your website, helps you get conversion from it. You have been spending time with me learning how to create an easy to use website that still converts. Now, let us summarize. What is your take home lesson? Okay. Instead of copying other people's website because they look good, because they spend a lot of money in creating them, you will get the best out of your website when you get to know what your website means to you, to your target audience, and to your business. When you understand how these things would work, how they will bring in value for you and your ideal client and that conversion, the additional things like what platform to build your website on, what tools would you need on your website to be able to achieve that, what would be the size of the website copy you need, how many pictures would your website require, does it need a video, all that becomes easier because you understand the real thing about your website, the conversion side of your website. When you get that clarity, every other thing falls into its place, and it makes you creating your website in a way that is fun and exciting, and perhaps, wow, that's what we are here for, okay? So when you understand your website, you want to add useful links that spark curiosity. So those links, whether you're using internal link, external link, or button, which is the call to action button on your website, you want it to spark curiosity. You want it to make people to learn to find out more about you. You want them to create that like and trust factor that makes them to buy from you. So if conversion from your website is your thing, you want your website visitors to become paying clients, you want to use good navigation to guide them through the funnel, okay? Show them how to move in and out of the website. Show them if you land on the about page, this way to go. If you land on the home page, this way to go. When you land on the service page, this way to go. All that should be able to guide them through your funnel so that they become your paying clients. Now that you have learned all this, where do you need to go? Let me show you. I have something special for you, and that is my free search engine optimization guide, where I show you how to optimize your website so that it shows up in search engine. All you need to do is sign up, download your copy. The link is in the description of this video.